Hello Leo, and welcome to this little corner of the internet that is Wild Fox Alchemy. If we haven't met before, my name is Maria Gaian. I'm an intuitive business success coach and tarot card reader, amongst other things, and I'm here to do your business and finance reading for the month of December. So, I hope you've got a cup of tea, you're sat nice and comfy. Let's have a chat about what's coming up. I'm a bit gussied up for Christmas, you'll notice. I do apologise if you're watching this at the end of November and you're probably thinking, oh, flipping it, Christmas, she's on about Christmas and I've not even got through Thanksgiving and all that yet. Just breathe, it'll all be fine, it'll be fine. We start with the overall energy for money, which is Parrot Spirit. Watch your words. Words are so important. We open our mouths and let anything come out. We sit in our heads and we think all sorts of nonsense. The words that we use about ourselves, to other people, the things we say out loud, the things that we think inside our heads, all of them have a deep effect upon our subconscious minds. When it comes to money, we are often our own worst enemy when it comes to words. We say things, and at this time of year I think it's probably one of the hardest times, because if you've got kids, they are wanting things for Christmas, for the holidays, and the tendency is to be thinking to yourself, I can't afford that, I wish I had more money, I wish things were better, I don't have the funds, I don't have the finances. If that's kind of the mindset that you're in, you need to be really careful, because telling yourself those sorts of things keeps you in a situation of lack. What you focus on, you get more of. So if you're focusing at the moment on how little you have, you know how it is, you struggle for money and you spend all day going, oh, I'm just in such a mess, everything's a mess, I haven't got the money. You focus on it, and then the following day you get a bill on the doormat and you go, where the hell did that come from? You get in the car to go pay the bill and the car breaks down and it's going to cost you another $2,000 on top to fix it. It's just a nightmare. You have to watch the words that are going round your mind and that are coming out of your mouth and change them, turn them on their heads. Instead of being in a mindset of lack with I need, I want, I'm lacking, all this sort of stuff, I choose to make more money. I choose to manifest the money to buy the Christmas gifts that my child wants. I choose not to give in to materialism. Maybe that's another one that you could use. I don't know. But just be careful, because, you know, it is very easy to fall into saying things. You can learn a lot from yourself from what you're saying. Be mindful for a day of the kind of things that you say will teach you so much about yourself and your beliefs, because you'll hear yourself saying and thinking things and suddenly you'll realize why perhaps your mindset is as it is. So my advice to you with this Watch Your Words is to create some good affirmations that are related to your money and your accounts and your finances, and just keep saying them to yourself. Change the mindset that you have. Change the way that you speak to yourself. Change things like, oh God, I'm so rubbish with money. I mismanage all my money. I'm stupid with money. Money burns a hole in my pocket. Change it all, because it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy the more you say that sort of thing to yourself. So you change it to, I choose to manifest more money. I choose to spend my money wisely. I forgive myself for previous money mistakes, and now I choose to do better. I choose to make better decisions. The other thing that I'm going to mention, and it's something that kind of came up for me this week, and it was the fact that I was reading chick lit novels. Now, this is my little guilty pleasure, that sometimes, you know, I wake up in the middle of the night, I can't always sleep, and so I'll think, well, I don't want to read a non-fiction book, because then I'll just want to get up and take action. I just want something relaxing and silly to read that passes a bit of time on, and it's, you know, it's pleasant. And I started to realise that when I read these books, there is a fatal flaw usually with the characters. And one of those is that it's usually about a business owner that has nothing. She's very happy and has a lovely business, but she earns nothing and is struggling. And there's usually another character in it who is very rich but is very shallow and possibly a bit nasty. And sometimes they're nasty towards this heroine, for want of a better word. And sometimes they're just generally nasty. And sometimes they have to lose everything to find their happiness. And I was thinking, these words are going into our minds all the time about what a successful businesswoman looks like. And a successful businesswoman looks like a bitch because she's not a nice person. But the unsuccessful businesswoman does what she loves and makes nothing at it. And that's the message that the words in these books are giving to us. So I just wanted to stick that in there because I just got infuriated by it. Because I picked up something like 2 separate books and they were both of that sort of ilk. And now I can't unsee it. That these main characters are usually poor and happy or rich and miserable. Or they've married into money and therefore, they're just money grubbers and they're just out to they want to do better than their neighbours and all this sort of stuff. And I thought this is a really unhealthy way of thinking about the world, especially when it comes to your finances. So watch your words, but also watch the kind of words that you're taking in at the same time from the media that you watch, the books that you read. Just be careful. Just think about it. Be mindful and see what comes up for you. Where you need to focus your energy is on the Ace of Crystals, manifestation and prosperity. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? This is a finance reading. This is all about prosperity. It's all about new financial opportunities coming in. So this is just basically about you being open-minded and looking for the opportunities as they come. Don't skim over them. Don't miss out on them. And really, we've also got this empowering word of manifestation, because that isn't just about you looking for opportunities and picking up on them. This is about you actually creating those opportunities for yourself. So that's what you need to focus on right now. What opportunities can you create for yourself to manifest this prosperity? Your strengths, we've got the shaman, divine wisdom and spirituality and power. This is a fabulous card. I love him. This is you being in line with your principles, being in line with your values, using your divine wisdom here. This could be a sign that you need to get out of the spiritual closet. It could be a sign that you need to really focus on the manifestation aspect of what you're doing. The more spiritual, the more esoteric, I suppose, the little bit weird woo-woo stuff that you might do to manifest money, wealth and power. And there's nothing wrong with any of those things. I think this is definitely about you really kind of tapping in to your divine wisdom. And maybe it's about you sharing your divine wisdom in order to create and manifest this prosperity. But either way, this is your strength. Your divine wisdom and your spiritual power are your strengths. I would say that this is looking to be an excellent month for you to manifest whatever it is you want. You have the power. You know what you want, and it's time for you to go for it. Warnings, blockages, messages here. We've got the Three of Shells, playfulness and bliss. Funny little card to have in this spread. This is a card that's all about social groups and celebrating good times with your friends, about being playful and blissful. I think Spirit has just kind of said to me that it's a kind of a little warning here that whilst it's good to do all this stuff, to be manifesting the prosperity and all the rest of it, don't avoid getting out and celebrating good times with your friends. Be around people, be sociable. It makes you happy. Grow your relationships. It's all good stuff. Don't forget to be playful. Don't take manifestation and spell work. Honestly, I feel like we take it so seriously. Really seriously. There are some people that are just so, flipping heck. They're so serious about their spell work. And, I'm not saying that it's not a serious thing to do. Manifestation and stuff is very serious, but we can get a little bit attached to it, and we can forget that, we can be playful with this. I love to be playful. I do spell work. I am a green witch. I consider myself a solitary green witch. I practice a natural form of magic. I incorporate it into my courses because rituals and spells, they help us psychologically in ways that even scientists don't understand. And so I find them really powerful and useful in personal development and in banishing inner blocks to people's success, basically. But I don't like to do it in a serious way that frightens the living dickens out of people. I like to do it in a very playful way. I like to do it in a very, it's not serious. I mean, it's serious, but it's not serious. Let's have fun with it sort of thing, instead of sitting down and getting all dark and edgy. I prefer it to be light. The meaning behind the rituals and the spells is still serious, don't get me wrong. You know, if we're talking about banishing blocks such as depression and anxiety, of course that's serious, but we don't have to be deathly serious about all of it. So I feel like this is just a warning not to get too serious about this manifestation and about the spiritual stuff, but to just remember to be playful about it, and remember that it's okay to go out and socialise and to enjoy yourself. There will be lots of opportunities, I imagine, for you in this month of December with Christmas parties and gatherings and stuff. You know, on the other hand, there's another side to this, which could be don't overdo it on the playfulness and bliss and celebrations, and forget to manifest your success. So, you know, whichever side of that seesaw you're on, that's your warning. Your outcome is the Star. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. This is about regeneration, renewal, recovery from stuff. It's about feeling very optimistic. So I feel like there's a lot for you to feel optimistic about. I think you're going to have a nice month financially. I'm not really seeing any sort of concrete messages here about the amount of money you'll earn or anything like that. I don't feel, to be honest, this is the 5th reading that I've done for December, and there's a pattern that has emerged in every single finance reading that I've done so far, and it's all been about abundance and money, but not in a you're going to win the lottery or you're going to earn lots of money this month sort of way. It's all been very foundational almost. It's all been about how to build the foundation to make the money this month, rather than any real strong messages about the money itself. I had quite an interesting one, I think it might have been Taurus, where it was mostly about the definition of success to you and the definition of wealth to you, and the fact that some people, the idea of wealth is having $1 million in the bank or more, and some people's definition of wealth is having enough to backpack around Thailand and eat enough food while still doing the work that they love to do. And I feel like most of these readings have been of that sort of ilk. It's not really about, you know, your opportunities to go and earn the money. It's all been about the foundations and why you want success and what the wealth actually means to you. So I feel that with this Star card here, that's kind of what we're saying here. This is about hope and rebirth and optimism and renewal, and sometimes just stripping things back to what really matters. And I was just drawn to this 3 of Shells there again, actually, with this Star card, because if we're stripping back to what really matters is the people that we love and care about, and celebrating the good times with them. So we get into the general business reading, and we have do not dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? I'm drawn back to this shaman. Have you been in the spiritual closet there, Leo? Are you hiding an element of who you are because you're worried about alienating clients and customers? If you are sharing your divine wisdom and your spiritual power, do you feel like that might alienate people? Are you toning yourself down in some way because you feel like you want to fit in? It's time to just be unapologetically you. There's no need for you to dim. There's no need for you to play nice if you are a truth teller. And that was something that I was talking about with somebody earlier today, about how we like to be seen as nice, and that telling the truth to people isn't always seen as the nice thing to do, but actually it is the nice thing to do because people sometimes need to hear it. And we often rein in the kind of things that we say because we don't want to be seen as a nasty person. But in certain fields, such as therapy, coaching, that sort of thing, We have to be truthful and honest with people. We have to point out their BS so that they can actually grow and move forward. So don't be nice. Don't try to be nice. Be you. Just be authentically you. And that's a message to you, to be authentically you now. And I do feel it's linked with this shaman. And with the star card, actually, with this regeneration. I just think that there's a spirituality about the whole of this reading, really, in relation to your business. And that perhaps you need to be incorporating that more into what you're doing. Where you need to focus your energy, the Four of Shells, soul searching and reevaluation. Interesting stuff, because this would indicate to me again that it's kind of going along with that. It's emphasizing that. It's also emphasizing that, because the star card is often about reevaluation. Is there something here that you need to look at? Is there something connected with this divine wisdom and spiritual power? Is there something that you need to bring in, or need to do more of, or need to do less of? I don't know which way this is going to go. That will help you on your journey. There's this soul searching and reevaluation thing here that just leads me to think that you could have got a niggle in your gut that something isn't quite the way that you want it. It could be a niggle from your intuition. It could be your soul that is just saying to you, screaming at you, you need to do this, you need to do this. And you're a little bit afraid because, we want to fit in. One of our biggest fears is rejection, mostly because it was life-affecting thousands of years ago in the cavemen days. Nowadays, not so much, but, lizard brain hasn't evolved in time with the rest of us. It could be that there is something that you want to do and you are not doing it because you're worried. You're scared of alienating people. You're scared to be out there. You might be worried about what friends and family might think. And I'm kind of being told that you must stop now. That whatever it is that you're holding back on is important to your clients and customers, your future clients and customers, and you should be out and proud about who and what you are. Your strengths, the sun, vitality and joy. This is all about enthusiasm, your energy, success, you being quite fun. I think this is linked with the Three of Shells, this playfulness, this bliss. There's a nice energy about you, Leo. But then there usually is a nice energy about you, Leo. You're a lovely sort of person. You're quite a vibrant person in general. Most Leos, in my experience, are. So your strength really is just in being yourself. Being your joyful, enthusiastic, vital self. And attracting people to you. I've just been given a message from Spirit about, this is the sun card, and how flowers grow towards the sun. Okay? And that what I'm being told the message is in this card is that you are the sun. You shining your light by not being dim, by shining your light, you will attract the people that need to hear your message. You will help them to bloom and flourish. Okay? This is coming from the don't dim to fit in, the soul searching. Yeah, that's the overall message I'm getting in this business reading for you, that by dimming to fit in, you aren't shining a light on the people that you could help. By being open about who you are and shining your light brightly, you will attract people. You will attract people to blossom in your presence. Let me know in the comments what it is that you do, Leo, because I'm fascinated and I'm nosy. Warning, Queen of Feathers, perception and truth. This is your warning, your blockage, your possible obstacles. She is all about boundary setting, being ethical, personal standards. She focuses on the future. She's very much about expanding into a new thing. She's very feminine, she's powerful, but she's very much about grounding yourself as well before you go doing stuff. So she's kind of a warning not to go helter-skelter into stuff, not to just dive headfirst into everything, but to make sure that whatever you decide to do is ethical, that it fits with your personal standards, and that you know what your boundaries are around it. And that's important. And again, I can't really go into detail on that one because that will all be unique to you. There is no general advice I can give you on that card, because your ethics will be different than somebody else's ethics, your values will be different than somebody else's values, your boundaries will be very different than somebody else's boundaries. I am being told to make sure that you see things from a new perspective and that you are honest with yourself about what it is that you want to do. Be clear and be honest. And I do feel that when I say be honest, I mean in the way of how you portray yourself. Don't be a chameleon, don't wear a mask, don't try to be something that you're not. It's time to stop this dimming to fit in. It's time to light up the world with your message and whatever it is that your soul is calling you to do. And it's time to tell the truth about who you are. And I feel very strongly that your perception of how you will be received is probably wrong. You might think it's going to be badly received, that people will be upset, that your friendship group might be upset, that your family might be upset. They may not be as upset as you think. And it's not worth it anyway. Don't dim to fit in just to please somebody else. Look at this for the outcome. That's fantastic. The transformation card. Transition and liberation. It's the death card. And therefore some people are sort of, oh no, it's the death card. But I love the death card. It's about ending things. It's about letting go of things. It's about change being totally inevitable and just accepting it, and the change actually liberating you. I feel that it is very much in line with this don't dim to fit in card. This is you now stepping into your power, into your spiritual power, understanding what your message is, understanding what your soul has called you here to do, and being open and honest about it, actually getting on and doing that work, spreading that message, and being totally unafraid, being fearless about it, and going out there and telling people straight what your message is, and not caring about how other people think of it, because what other people think of it doesn't matter. If they're not your clients, then they will drift away. And some of them might go, well, what the hell's happened to you? You started talking about all this spiritual woo-woo stuff. Or you've got even more spiritual and woo-woo than you were anyway. And I don't understand, and they will leave. But you know what? If they leave, other people have got space to come in. There are 7 billion people on this planet. And some of them are going to need what it is that you have to say. They're going to be drawn to who you are, what your soul came here to do. And it's just time for you now to shine at it, Leo, to not hide anymore. Don't hide it. Be honest about who you are. And as I said, don't be upset if people withdraw from you because of it. They're just not meant for you. They're not your people. But you will attract the people that are yours. And they're the ones that need to hear what you have to say. And I feel like this transformation card is a big, big, big deal for you. We have here 4 major arcana cards. The Shaman, the Star, the Sun, and Transformation. The major arcana cards are always highly significant. They are always about life lessons. They are always significant. They are generally life-changing. Some lesson that you need to learn that will change the way that you are forever. In line with this soul searching and reevaluation, this peace and healing, there is something that is just going to click for you. And the transition will be amazing. And you will feel amazing. And you will stop fearing what other people think about what you're doing, because it will become rapidly very obvious that the right people are drawn to you and that it's going to be successful. I will pull a couple of cards for the finance reading, I think, because as I said, there's nothing really very obvious about, oh, that jumped, about the finances here. That it's mostly a message about foundational stuff, about, manifestation, rather than focusing just on the practicalities of buying and selling and all the rest of it, that it is about manifesting in a very spiritual way. So I wanted to just clarify if there was anything that was going to be said about this, and I got the Wheel of Fortune. So yes, this is good luck. This is a turning point. This is a big change for you. It's full of possibilities. This is where things are going to start getting good, and I think it's all deeply connected with you being authentically you and running a business and selling products and services that are in line with your values and who you are. and what you believe in. So I'm going to leave that there, Leo. I really, really enjoyed this reading, and I hope you did too. Most important thing, just watch your words, watch how you speak to yourself. You could have listened to this reading and I've told you not to do them to fit in, and you're thinking, yep, this is great, I feel all enthusiastic about the change, and then the second you turn the video off, you'll go, oh, I can't do any of that. I can't be brave and do all that stuff. Transformation, you must be joking. You know, what will people say? I'm too afraid to do that. Watch your words. Turn this video off and say to yourself, I can do that. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to shine like the sun. I'm going to help other people bloom and become their best selves too, through my work. I am going to be honest and open about what my soul is called here to do. No more dimming to fit in. Okay? So, if you like this reading, Leo, please do like, subscribe and share it with anybody that you think might benefit from it. I love any sort of interaction on the channel. It also helps YouTube to understand that I've got messages that I'd like to get out there, and I get to share them with more people. And the more people that hear these messages, the more people might be inspired to start successful businesses that they can then use to make powerful changes in the world for the people that need those changes. So I'm going to go now with love and magic always. This is Maria Gaian signing out.